Hello. In this session, we will solve the problem on the friction. So, what is the friction? All the basics. Please do watch the last sessions, which is theory. That is, what is friction, laws of friction, types of friction, which are the places you will get a friction. So, all those things. Do watch the previous session videos. So, the friction is the opposite force, that is a resisting force, actually acts to the original force. If the original force is acting rightwards, the resisting force always acts to the leftwards. So that is your frictional force. The frictional force, it depends on the roughness of the surface also. So now we will see the first question. The first problem: a body of 60 Newton weight is placed on a rough horizontal surface. To just move the body on horizontal surface, a push of 18 Newton inclined at 20 degree to the horizontal plane is required. So find the coefficient of the friction. Okay, so already in the last sessions we've seen the definition and the formula for coefficient of friction, that is mu is equal to F by R. Okay, so F is the frictional force and R is the reaction. The reaction always acts opposite to the action. So in the last previous modules also we have studied what is reaction. So here, so find the coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction, you have seen the formula now. So at the marking which I marked in the pen, the blue color, those are the forces which is not given in the question. Only they have given one small block which resting on the ground and one force which is inclined, that is 18 Newton of 20 degree, right? So the weight, so the own weight of the body which is given in the question, that is W is equal to 60 Newton. So that one force weight is always vertically downwards. So that one force you need to mark. So the why I have marked in different color means you have to know the difference between the question and the answer, right? The color in the blue color which I have marked is all the markings which you have to mark after reading the question. That is, before solving the problem you have to mark all that forces, right? So the free body diagram should be get ready. So free body diagram means, already we know what is free body diagram. Free body diagram is that diagram which includes all the types of forces, right? So here also, after seeing the question, we have to mark all the forces which is coming from different category, different criteria it is there to mark the forces. Okay, so the first force, which is weight of the block, the own weight of the block is 60 Newton. The weight is always vertically downwards, so marking down, right? Next, that 18 Newton force is inclined. So if we have an inclined force, always we have to resolve into one's horizontal, one's vertical. That is 18 cos 20 degree and one more 18 sin 20 degree. So that one we need to mark. Next, so as per in the question, the push of 18 Newton, that means the block is the force, it is coming from left side, it is pushing. If the question is pulling, the force will be from away from the right side, like this, pulling. So please remember the difference between pushing and the pulling, right? Here the force is the push of 18 Newton. So the block is going to push in the left side, so definitely frictional force will be opposite to that. So I have marked one F, that opposite force F. Okay, so for the force you got one opposite force, and for the weight 60 Newton you have one more opposite force R. So please, free body diagram is very much important, then only we can solve the problem, right? So once again I'll repeat, according to the given force, one opposite frictional force you're getting. Because of the weight you got one reaction. So we have marked all the things and we'll move on to the problem now. So to do all these things, our body or the whichever the figure you're taking, it should be in the equilibrium. So the system is in equilibrium, so that summation of h is equal to 0, summation of v is equal to 0. So this one already we have studied in the equilibrium of forces, support reaction and all those the chapters. So first step is resolving the forces vertically. In this chapter, first actually we are finding first vertically, then horizontally, right? Resolving the forces vertically, that is summation of Fy is equal to 0. Now we will collect all the vertical forces, okay? So whichever the vertical forces are there, first we will collect that. That is first one, minus 60 with the weight. Next one, the 18 is going to resolve for vertical, that is minus 18 sine 20 and plus r is equal to 0. So minus 60 minus, if you solve 18 sine 20 degree, it will be 6.15 plus r is equal to 0. So if you solve this, r is equal to minus 66.15 Newton you will get. So if you shift the 66.15 this side, you will get r is equal to 66.15 Newton. So you got 66.15 Newton. So you got r value. Now we will see the F value. Resolving the forces horizontally, that is summation of Fx is equal to 0. We will collect all the horizontal forces now. You can see two horizontal forces. One is 18 cos 20 degree and one is F, right? So 18 cos 20 degree minus F is equal to 0. So you will get F is equal to 16.91 Newton. So you got F value also. So as per the question, find the coefficient of friction, right? So coefficient of friction, that is mu is equal to F by R. Mu is equal to F means 16.91 and R is 66.16. So mu is equal to 0.25. Always coefficient, if you're finding any coefficient, so that will be always less than 1. So here mu is equal to 0.25. So always remember the answer will be less than 1 if you're finding coefficient. So here mu is equal to 0.25. Thank you.